Support for Radio Friends comes from La Brunerie Financial, where they work to ensure a lifetime of financial security for people from all walks of life, from investment services to retirement plans. If you're looking for a trustworthy company that has the experience and knowledge to put your interests first, contact La Brunerie Financial, a community-based investment counseling firm since 1966. Learn more at labrunerie.com or by calling 573-449-5313. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Monday, April the 29th. If you like to spend time in your kitchen and you want to have a beautiful kitchen, we're going to tell you about Kitchens in Bloom today. This is a special fundraiser for Service for Independent Living. And I have Rose VOMUND with us. Good to have you here, Rose. And Angela Holloway from Kerry, Bramon. And Service for Independent Living and Kerry, Bramon team up every year.
Yes, we partner.
Yeah, to do this special fundraiser, Kitchens in Bloom. How does it work?
Well, I contact contractors like Kerry, Bramon Remodeling and Design, and they've graciously been our presenting sponsor ever since 2004. Angela and I have worked together since 2013, but we've got 4 fabulous homes, 3 great contractors with Kerry, Bramon. We've also got Clethermis Homes and Remodeling and Spillman Homes with kitchens in the tour this year.
So you go into the house and you totally redo the kitchen, right?
Yes.
We've got some before. If you're watching on television, we got before and after pictures. For you listening on the radio, I want you to describe what we're looking at. The first picture, this is the before, right?
Right. This is the before picture, and you can kind of see the dining table and a desk area. The kitchen has a peninsula to it. That's the before picture.
Okay.
And then
you
this is
redid
the
now. It
after.
looks totally different.
We took a wall out in between the existing kitchen and dining area that wasn't used, and so the table is configured a different way.
So you took the wall out between the kitchen and the dining room?
Right.
And you made that whole area much bigger.
The kitchen.
Yeah.
Right.
Very family friendly.
With a larger island. This is another before picture where you can kind of see the table area is pretty cramped. It was really difficult to get around.
This is the same house?
That's the same house. This is
and it looks like the living room is part of that too.
Right, and then this is the after where the wall was removed and there's a larger island, much more counter space, brighter.
A
larger table. That's the existing kitchen with the sink below the window.
But now you took that sink out.
Yes.
And you put something else in place of the sink. You put
a window seat.
Window seat. And where'd you put the sink?
It is beyond in the other space.
Okay, so you actually you got to see this in person.
Yes.
And how many houses are there?
We've got 4 houses. Each house is a very different feel and look. They're all fabulous. We've got 4 incredible door prizes that we give away, 1 at each house. And this year we've got amazing quilts that we're raffling. Last year we did a designer purse. That was pretty successful. So this year we're selling chances on quilts.
Okay. Where can people get tickets for Kitchens in Bloom?
You can get tickets at our website, www.silcolumbia.org, or at our organization, 1401 Hoffman Place. McAdams Limited on Old 63 and Stadium has tickets for sale, and D&H Drugstore on Broadway.
D&H Drugstore.
Yes.
Okay. It is Kitchens in Bloom. It's Sunday, May the 5th from noon to 4 p.m., and you're hoping to raise $12,000.
Yes.
Best of luck to you, ladies.
Yes, and we want to thank our sponsors, and you can come and buy tickets anytime at SIL for the raffle.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Now we're going to talk about native plants, and many of you may not realize that if you just step outdoors in your front yard, if you haven't treated it with weed killer, you got a lot of native plants there, right? Or in the woods or along the roadside. Nadia Navarrete-Tindall is with us, a native plant expert. Good to have you here, Nadia.
Yeah, thank you, Phil.
And you brought along a couple of
native plants that we can find in the forest right now, right?
Yeah, these are really very common plants. What you see here is this is golden glow.
Okay, explain what it is and paint a picture of it for the radio.
Well, golden glow is a plant in the sunflower family. Right now, the leaves are starting to sprout, so they have more like a basal growth. Right, so it's right next to the ground. All you see is the leaves growing next to the surface in woodlands.
Right. I was walking through part of my forest over the weekend under sycamore trees, and I spotted a lot of these that you're talking about.
Yeah, they're very common along the Katy Trail or the MKT Trail. They're pretty popular or common along sycamore trees, and so it has to be moist and
Right, this is
shady.
along the creek. It
Yes.
runs along the creek.
So they're very. I'm sure that I had to see the photos, so I just had to warn the audience, whoever's maybe they will be seeing this, it will be better. But if you have to double check that you are picking the right plant to use.
Because you told me these are edible.
They're edible,
But it might be something that looks just like it, and maybe it's not edible.
that is right. So, but once you get to know them, you will recognize them, and I'll be happy to help people. They can check my Facebook page, Native Plants and More, and I have pictures of
Okay,
them.
can people send you a picture if they're not sure about something?
Of course, they can send me an email, nativeplantsandmore@gmail.com.
Okay, so you can, if you see a plant and you're not sure if it's an edible plant or not, you can take a picture of it and email it to Nadia at
And more.
nativeplants@gmail.com.
Yeah, and I also offer classes. I have one coming on April 27. It's a Saturday. And also I have a Dining Wild event that is more like a brunch. What I do is there are classes, but I usually serve native edible food samples.
And we have a lot of edible native plants here, don't we?
Yes, and it's what I brought the
little violets.
delicate violets. I'm sure many people know, and I know that people use them in their salads, but it's just a reminder. This year in particular have been so abundant that you can pick some of these flowers.
I didn't realize
And
you could
put
put
'em
the
in your
violets
salad.
in your salad.
Yeah.
Just mix them in with the spinach.
Yes.
And the other thing you were telling me, spring beauties, they're out now, the little spring beauties that grow in the forest, or maybe if you're fortunate, in your yard, they make those little tiny...
bulbs.
Yeah. The flowers, the leaves, and the bulbs are edible.
Yeah, so if people need to learn more about native edibles or any other native plants, they can contact me at my Facebook page.
Okay,
Native
your Facebook
Plants
page is?
and More.
Native Plants and More.
That's right.
Okay. Nadia, thank you so much for coming by. It's always a pleasure visiting with you.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, something you'd like to hear us see, drop me an email, pepperp, missouri.edu. Bye-bye.